Lord guide us.
Hey, Shalom, Shalom.
Hey, Shalom.
Hey, this is Brother Abu Bayat to my left.
You wanna?
Come back at you, Lord will, with the edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. Before we get started, we want to say,
Call Halayim, Alahaya Nawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel in truth and in sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, the 144,000 elect men, the true prophets of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, risking their safety day in and day out for the truth, battling the elements day in and day out for the truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai win upon all your houses.
Yeah, that's right, man. And shalom to you, sincere brothers, and you, sincere sisters, man. This lesson has ultimately been inspired. You know, me and the brother, we work around a lot of Edomites. You know what I'm saying? And more specifically today, an Edomite, you know, wouldn't leave us alone, was constantly on our back, you know, drilling and sniffing down our neck, and making sure that we were getting everything done when there was a lot more people in the yard that we were working. So, you know, ultimately, you know, I was thinking about how all the things that he was saying to us and making us do, you know, that was ultimately unnecessary. It ultimately made me think of the destiny of Esau and his kingdom, which for a lot of you don't know, Esau, Edom, according to the scripture, will be the so-called white man that a lot of our people know and love today, man. All right, which also would be known as the biblical devil, man, the great deceiver. Okay, but he ultimately, just like everybody else in the world, Esau and his kingdom, which is America, also known as Babylon the Great in the scriptures, all right, he has a destiny, man, and him and his kingdom. You see, and it's ultimately going to go hand in hand in the same day, which is going to be destruction. You got it, bro.
Come, this is Isaiah chapter 46 and verse 10. It says, declaring the end from the beginning,
right,
and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
Right, man. See how Bashim Al-Shai said, declaring the end from the beginning. All right. And then he said that he will do all of his pleasure, man. All of his counsel shall stand, and he will do all of his pleasure. But when you actually go into these scriptures, man, you know, in the spirit of how Bashim Al-Shai is on it, you could easily see and find and understand that that destruction goes hand in hand with the end of this world. All right, which is ultimately going to be Esau, Edom being brought down to a very lowest state, and his kingdom being utterly wasted, man. You know, and that's a day that we all look forward to because we can't stand being here.
Right.
You know, the scriptures talk about the elect in the book of Revelations, how they love not their lives unto death. And there's multiple reasons for us not to love our life. And the origin of all the reasons why we hate this life goes back to the so-called white man, also known as Esau, man. And you got it, bro.
I just got a precept.
You got it.
This Isaiah chapter 55 in verse 11. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. Right. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So ultimately, with Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, when he says, my counsel shall stand, and it says, I will do all my pleasure.
Right.
Well, one of the pleasures of the Lord is destroying his enemies, man. You know, and that's the time that we're coming into, where the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is going to put us through a trial, you know, to test our faith. And, you know, Lord, will we pass that, you know, pass that trial, you know, get through Jacob's trouble in the hour of temptation? Hey, well, World War III is coming, which is going to destroy the Lord's enemies, man, his adversaries, which is Esau, Edom, and his rulership, man. That's why it tells you in 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, starting at the 24th verse, man, that he's going to come and cast down all rule, power, and authority. Well, who's in rulership, man? You know,
9:24.
Exactly, man. Malachi 1:4 as well, man. It tells you who the wicked is, man. You know, and that's whose hand the earth is given into at the moment, man. You know, so Lord Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is going to come and do away with that motherfucker, man. You know,
that's right, man. You see that you read that in Ecclesiastes 25th chapter. That's one of the things that the Most High counts a man happy, right? You know, is him to see the downfall of his enemy. And here, pretty shortly, we're actually going to witness and experience the downfall of Esau, Edom, and his kingdom through nuclear fire, man. Right. Which, Lord willing, we're going to get into later. But if you want to grab that word definition for destiny real quick.
Right. This is destiny on the online etymology. It says fate, overruling necessity, the irresistible tendency of certain events to come about.
Right.
Inexorable force that shapes and controls lives and events.
And when you go into that word inexorable, it means non-stopped or unstoppable. All right. You see, which is ultimately Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. They are that inexorable force that ultimately shapes and controls the lives and events that take place here on the planet Earth. You got it, bro.
It's like you.
It's all good, man. It's been a long day.
Right. It says that which is predetermined and sure to come true.
Right, man. Predetermined and sure to come true. You know, as it says that the words of the Lord are pure words, man, and refined 7 times in the furnace. If you paraphrase it, man. You know, you got it, bro.
Right. I want to get that.
Something?
I want to get that predetermined.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. You know, and that's one thing I just want to point out that our beloved elder apostle is always going to is he's looking up words. So for any of you out there, it's always good to look up words.
It says to determine beforehand, destined by previous decree. It says determined beforehand, right, man? So ultimately this was established, like it says, declaring the end from the beginning. So this was predetermined before the movie was played out, just like a movie producer ultimately does what, man? He writes the script, on what the characters are ultimately going to say in the movie before the movie's even put together, before the movie's even being played out, So this is exactly what, it's going into. These events, these life-changing events are ultimately predetermined, man. They were already written to happen. That's why when people say they got free will, hey, there's no such thing as free will, because all things obey the will of Yahweh Bashim El Shai, and he predetermined them, man, on what they were going to be. So he knows exactly what you're going to do, But just to go back into destiny, there's another little definition. It says an event or a course of events that will inevitably happen in the future. And the synonym means fate, man. And a lot of people, they like to leave it up to fate, man. Like to say, oh, I'll just leave it up to fate, man. However it happens. Well, guess what, man? Guess everything that happens, hey, these things are inevitable. Meaning they're gonna happen no matter what you do, man. So you can't stop them. Like it says, inexorable, meaning unstoppable force, man. And again, the destiny that is to happen to Esau Edom, it's unstoppable no matter what he does, man. No matter what kind of chess moves he makes. Hey, the Lord Yahweh Bashim El Shai already got him checkmated, man.
Yeah.
There's no way that he can, move a pawn or move his queen or king or, his knights or whatever he moves, in a certain direction. It don't matter. The Lord Yahweh Bashim El Shai has those moves already played out in every direction. He said, okay, you're going to move this way. I'm going to move this, which is ultimately going to checkmate you 10 moves down the line.
Yeah, he's like, man, he's like, I know you're going to do this, that, the third, but I already have all this planned out, so you can do what you want to do, which is according to my will.
Right. He's the ultimate chess player, man.
Yeah. And that's beautiful, too, because, when you just a quick point, when you go into Psalm the 83rd chapter, it goes into how Esau, along with the other nations, came into one confederacy to keep the remembrance of the nation of Israel, or to keep the nation of Israel in no remembrance, man. Which is acknowledging who we are, Israelites, man, not so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans, but the Israelites, man, are the sons of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, But that was ultimately prophecy that would play out in the latter days, that in the land of our captivity, we would remember ourselves, man. Right. So these devils cannot stop prophecy. You see, in a lot of those things that we're seeing come to pass, we understand that we're in the last days because of our Lord Yahweh Shai told us that these are the signs that we would see before the end of the world. All right, and also, leading up from these signs is going to be the destruction and downfall of America, Babylon the Great, man. So that's also prophecy, and it will come to pass pursuant to Ezekiel 12 and 25. But if you want to get that in Proverbs 16 and 4, Baba Kushal.
This is Proverbs chapter 16. Ooh, sluck here. 16 and 4?
16 and 4.
This Proverbs chapter 16, verse 4. It says, and the Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Right, man. The Lord hath made all things for himself. Yeah, he has a purpose, like it says in Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. Under the sun, there's a purpose and a time and a season to everything. Man.
Right.
You see, and we're ultimately coming into the time where Esau Edom will ultimately be brought down, which will ultimately usher in the kingdom of heaven, which is what we're earnestly hastening. Man. That's why we're hastening the day of Yahweh Shai. That's why we do the works, sincerely, and in hopes that Yahweh Bashim El Shai, the day of his return, he'll have mercy on us, man. So we can inherit glory, so we can inherit the kingdom in the midst of the destruction of this place, because there's nowhere to go, And like I said, we're going to get into the missiles, but when those missiles start dropping, there's nowhere to go. You got it, bro.
You want me to keep reading on that?
Oh, I thought you had a preset.
No, I was just looking.
Okay, Salaki, and that's read Proverbs 16 and 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Right.
And when you read that in the NLT, it says even the wicked for the day of disaster. You see, so ultimately Esau is reserved for that destruction.
Right.
He's came back through all these different kingdoms, man. up until now, which is his last kingdom that he's going to have on the earth, all right, just to be destroyed, you know. So that's a beautiful thing for us to understand, is that our enemy, our arch nemesis, is going to be brought down, because that ultimately means that all the wickedness that takes place here, all the abominations that take place here, where me and the brother work, we're not gonna, expose information, but where me and the brother work, there's a lot of homosexual jokes, you know. And me and the brother obviously aren't down with that, man. And it comes to a point where you just, I asked the dude today, I said, why do you even got to say those certain things, man? Out of all the jokes you can make in the world, that's the only thing that your mind resorts to, But that just goes to show you that, as it says in Isaiah 60, that darkness covers the earth and gross darkness the people. You see, so these people are ultimately covered in gross darkness, are by the ways of this world. But all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai that we have this light. We're able to walk through it, man, and not be consumed by it, as other people that are in the world. You got a precept?
Yeah, I got a precept. This is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 2. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man, So the Lord, when he came into power, hey, guess what, man? He put out this vibration in these laws, these unrighteous decrees and secret laws and so on and so forth. He put them forth, which ultimately pushing the vibration of wickedness, which ultimately went into everybody's into their mental, and now they're ultimately pushing that same vibration themselves, man. Meaning everybody's wicked, man. So just as the judge is himself, everybody else is under him, man. So this world, is wicked, through and through, man. Starting with the elites, who are the ones that are, they're the ones that are controlling the puppets, such as Creepy Joe and all these other, officials and so on and so forth, man. If they're wicked, if the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, then guess what? The world is going to be wicked, man.
Yeah.
And the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, he's not with that, man. Like he says in Amos, the 9th chapter, the 8th verse, where it says, behold, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, man. And we know that America has established its embassies, ultimately laid its seed in every or almost every country that's out there, man. America's got an embassy damn near everywhere, man. In the major countries, Iran, Afghanistan, China, Russia, South Korea, just near the border of North Korea, which America's always ultimately been trying to, penetrate for, decades, man. But they can't, So America's basically been laying its seed everywhere, man. And this is the kingdom of Esau, Edom, man, where they have rulership over all these nations, man. Going back into Daniel's the 3rd chapter, man, when Nebuchadnezzar ultimately bid everybody to follow and bow down to his image, all people, kindreds of all people of different kindreds, tongues, and nations, man, that they ultimately ruled over at the time. And Nebuchadnezzar was what? He was the king of Babylon, man.
Right.
So and that's ultimately the situation that America's in, because America is Babylon the Great, so the Babylonian Empire, the Grecian Empire, the Roman Empire, Sodom and Egypt, and the reincarnation all in one. So this is ultimately the worst. This is the worst, most wicked, the most wicked kingdom that Esau Edom has ultimately had, man. And he's trying to make it, last, man. And that's why the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai said, what? His eyes are upon the sinful kingdom, and he will destroy it. Roughly paraphrasing that scripture, or he's going to destroy it, man. Because of the wickedness. It tells you in Revelation, the 18th chapter, that his iniquity is reached in the heavens, man. So the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai sees all the wickedness that's being done here, and he's going to destroy it for all that wickedness, man. Because everything that's in this kingdom, everything that this kingdom is about is completely contrary to the scriptures, man. Contrary to Yahweh Shema Shai. Remember I showed you that video that I think it was the brother, I can't remember, for a while, I guess Raleigh posted it a couple days ago, talking about over in Israel. They literally themselves that Israel is contrary to God, man. So they understand that they're being wicked. They understand that everything is ultimately going south for them, man. And it's crazy because that same video was the same video that ultimately got taken down. So, hey, this place is going down, man. It's going to go down with, like it says, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be destroyed, man.
Hey, that's right, man. And that's beautiful too, because just as like I said in the beginning of this lesson, everybody has a destiny, man. And Lord willing, our destiny is salvation through our Lord Yahweh Shai at His second coming.
Right.
So but by you having a destiny, you ultimately have a certain walk and a certain characteristics that you're going to fulfill. All right, and this devil was ultimately pursuing to was that Revelation 6:4, that red horse that was going to take peace from the earth.
Right.
That's Esau, man.
That is
going
Esau.
back to Genesis, how Esau came out all red like a hairy garment, man. You see, so ultimately he came and he took peace from the earth,
right,
through his philosophies, through his deceit, through his wickedness, through his treacherousness. All right, and hey, man, that time, it was meant for him to fulfill that, and now that he's fulfilled that, there was going to come a point in time when he was going to be destroyed. And I want to get this real quick.
Okay.
It's Joshua 11:20, and during the time of Joshua, you can go and read, through the hand of Yahweh Bashim Shai, through Joshua, we were able to overcome different kings and different armies that were ultimately a lot stronger than us, man.
Right.
But this is just one account. It says, "For it was of Yahweh to heart." Let me check. Let me check. You good?
Yeah, it's just bugging now. Let me. Hey, Slakia, man. Esau. I mean, Satan. Well, I mean, he is Satan. Yeah. So Esau fucking with the damn, the live streaming shit, man.
He's a physical counterpart, man.
Yeah, you already know, man.
And Esau hates when we do these lessons, man. Exposing who he is, bringing out his wickedness and telling him of his destiny, because he doesn't want to be destroyed, man. Nope. He doesn't want his kingdom to come down and be wasted. He wants to ultimately, like it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue to all generations, man. They literally think in their mind that everything is just going to continue the way it is. They're going to move on with their NWO and chip everybody, and then everything's going to go according to how they planned it. Well, hey, man, the scriptures say that a man's heart devises many plans, but the counsel of the Lord will stand. And we just read it. He said all of his counsel will stand, man. He will do of his good pleasure. So no matter what this devil thinks in his mind, Yahweh Bashim Shai has a different will. All right, this is Joshua 11:20. For it was of Yahweh to harden their hearts, that they should come against Israel in battle, that he might destroy them utterly, and that they might have no favor, but that he might destroy them, as the Lord Yahweh commanded Moses. You see, so just as the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he would bring forth all the plagues and ultimately deliver our people out of Egypt. All right, the Lord hardened these different kings to come up against Israel in battle, so that Yahweh Bashim Shai could show our people that he didn't favor them, but he favored us.
Right.
You see, and that's ultimately what he's doing, what he's going to do here soon. He's going to destroy this. He's hardening this devil's heart and pumping him all full of pride. But then there's going to come a time when he's going to be utterly destroyed.
Well, it tells you. It says Proverbs 16:18, pride goes before destruction. So ultimately, this devil has to be in his prime prideful state for the Lord to seriously, for it to be, a wonderful thing, for Esau Edom to be fully caught off guard. The Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai has to catch this damn devil in his pride. That's why I said when he's about to fill his belly, because he's gonna sit there and say, whoop, yep. They're gonna take their little glasses full of for children blood, and they're gonna ting it together and say, yep, we got this in the bag. Right when they about to sip that fucking, that adrenochrome, and the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai gonna cast that fear upon him, man.
Man.
Let's get that, bro.
Come on, this is the book of Job, chapter 20, and verse 22. It reads, "In the fullness of his sufficiency,
he shall be
in straits."
Right, man. Straits meaning trouble. That's not the straight line. That's STRAIT, man. Meaning what? In troubleness, man. So this damn devil's gonna be in trouble here soon, man. Where Jacob's trouble is going to hit, where this damn devil is really going to, we're going to really come down, having great wrath come in like a flood. He going to feel like, throughout Jacob's trouble, he's going to feel like he's ultimately taking those steps to prosper, man, But, and that's, like it says, his pride had deceived him, man, because the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai is not going to let him do that, man.
Come on. It says, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Right.
And the elder apostles went into that. And when you actually go into that in the blue letter, that word wicked, it means servant.
Right.
Which ultimately going into the elect men. Ultimately casting these devils in chains.
Right.
But it says, when he is about to fill his belly,
right,
the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Right. So that right there lets you know that they have to be in their most proudful state, man. You know, because they have to literally sit there and you imagine these things, man. When these damn devils are sitting there and they're about to do some wicked ass shit, like I said, they sleep not lest they cause them to fall. You know, when they sit there and they cause somebody to fall, what do, man? You know, they get the little moment, man. You know, right when they're about to, you know, because these damn devils they celebrate a little too early, man. You know, that's like some of these football players, man. You know, like I remember that one Super Bowl, he went to go celebrate too early. He dropped the football right before, and guess what happened? They done picked up the ball and went the other way, man.
Damn, that's and that hurts too.
That hurts, man. He celebrated a little too early, but that's what Esau Edom's about to do. He's gonna celebrate a little too early. He's gonna think, hey, you know what? We got this in the bag, man. You know, he ain't got that much salt. He ain't gonna say nothing like that.
Yeah.
You know, but he's gonna say, oh, we got these now. You know what I mean? He's gonna say something.
Ticket?
That's the ticket. Yeah, he's gonna say something like that, man. You know, he gonna, you know, just like these damn devils, they wicked as hell. So they're gonna do that adrenochrome thing that they're gonna do. So they have a glass full. Each one of them gonna have a glass full, and they're gonna be tinging that motherfucker like a cheers, man. They're gonna be cheersing with the blood of the children that they're about to drink, man. You know, so they're gonna cheers, and they're gonna be so prideful they think they really gonna have it. But the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah, in that pride, He's gonna destroy them, man. You know, so again, they have to be in that proudful state, man. You know, which again, these damn devils, they're proudful, man. They're super proudful. You know, and they push that vibration on the 2/3 of our people, man. You know, and they have to get destroyed because of them following the ways of this damn devil, man. You know,
yeah,
Esau fucking Edom, man. You know, the physical counterpart of Satan himself, man. That's the left hand side of Satan himself, man. That's his favorite. You know, the white, starting with the white woman, the so-called white woman. Those are his favorite people to fuck with, man. You know, because they know, or Satan knows that they're gonna do his will, man. You know.
And I got a quick precept. This is Job chapter 21 and verse 14. It says, therefore they say unto the Most High, depart from us,
right?
For we desire not the knowledge of thy ways.
Right.
What is the Almighty that we should serve him?
Right.
And what profit should we have if we pray unto him? You see, so these devils are ultimately, you know, again, going in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, where it talks about how he, as the Most High, said in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
Right.
You see, so this devil actually believes that, you know, because again, his technology has the power to, like the heart machines, he has the power to be able to make it rain, you know, from the heavens, you know, via through clouds, man-made clouds. He has the ability to make hurricanes and all these different types of things. He has lasers that shoot down from those satellites.
Mm-hmm.
See, so this devil ultimately believes he has all this power, and he says, you know, hey, who's the Most High, man? There is no God. I am God, man. And that's why it says the fool have said in his heart that there is no 14. God, man.
That's the spirit. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah. You see, and a lot of these elite Edomites, you know, they ultimately know that there's a power, and they know that they're running out of time because of the things that are taking place on the earth. And the men of the Lord, the true prophet, Yahweh Shem Shah, waking up and prophesying the downfall of his kingdom, are ultimately presenting to you his destiny, is ultimately, you know, getting them furious, man.
Right.
You see, because this truth has reached the gates of the nobles. It's been preached throughout the four winds of the earth, you know. And I got another quick one. I know you got a precept, you know. But this is Psalms, just to back you up, Psalms 17 and verse 13, because as the brother was going into, they're ultimately going to be disappointed. You know, it says, rise, O Lord, and disappoint him. Disappoint who? You know, disappoint the Esau Edom. Let the destruction of the wicked come to an end. All right, and cast him down. You see, he's ultimately going to be cast down. When you go into that word disappoint, it says fail to fulfill the hopes or expectations of someone. You know, so again, their expectation is that they're going to, you know, prosper in this place and continue to grow it, you know, but their expectation is going to be cut, you know. They're going to be disappointed in that day. You got a precept?
Oh, yeah, this is heavy.
You got it, bro.
Yeah, this is Job chapter 20, or Job chapter 15, verse 21. It says, a dreadful sound is in his ears.
Woo!
In prosperity, the destroyer shall come upon him. And that's what, you know, that dreadful sound is us preaching this word, man. Us singing that song. Well, guess what? When we sing this beautiful song, it's like a, you know, like we're playing an instrument well, as it says in Ezekiel 33 and 32, you know, or 32 and 33. It's like at 32 and 33. Yeah. You know, we're playing that instrument very well, and it's a beautiful sound, man. You know, to those that can hear the sound, you know, but to them, it's like taking your nails down a chalkboard, man. You know, so it's a dreadful sound in their ears, man. And I want to grab that word dreadful, you know. because this is heavy, man. You know, they don't like it, man. You know, they can't stand it. It's like a dog when you blow one of those whistles that human can't hear.
High pitched whistles.
You know,
yeah, they start freaking out, man.
You know, so let me get this word. It says full of dread or fear, timid. It says exciting fear. And it says causing fear or dread or terror, exceptionally bad or displeasing, extremely disagreeable and unpleasant. You know, so this is an unpleasant, you know, sound that is being pushed into their ears, and it's being shoved in their ears, man. They can't run away from it.
It's unavoidable.
Right.
The destiny is unavoidable. Man.
Exactly, man.
But went into it's inevitable.
Right. And you know, we went into Judges the 15th chapter. What was it, a couple days ago or yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, yesterday we went into Judges the 15th chapter. You know, talking about remembering the works of the Lord, man. And when Samson went and took those you know, in the 15th chapter, he
300
took
foxes.
those 300 foxes and tied torches to him, and went and had the torches ultimately burn up their corn, their vineyards, and their olives. That was likened unto what? Taking down their money, man, fucking with their enterprise, you know, such as the brother priest Pashai from the Baltimore camp had broken down. Well, guess what? We're doing that same thing by preaching this word. We're messing with their enterprise, because what's happening is they bank on having people being in that dead state. Well, guess what? We're waking these people up, man. You know, we're putting out this vibration of, what is it? I think it's Romans the 13th chapter. It's high time to wake out of sleep.
Yeah, that's right.
So we're pushing out that vibration of waking up, and don't be ignorant to what's going on around you. Walk circumspectly. Right. And they don't like that, because they bank on people being in that dead state, just following, being those sheep. Now, 2/3 of our people, as well as the other nation, they're gonna continue to be their sheep, you know. But still, that vibration is going out there, and they don't like it. That's that dreadful sound. This word being pushed out, man, you know, by the prophets of Yahweh Bashem El Shai. And it says right here, I'll read it again, verse 21. A dreadful sound is in his ears. In prosperity, the destroyer shall come upon him. And that's Yahweh Bashem El Shai, man. And that's one of the things that we're pushing, is that this kingdom is going to be destroyed by Yahweh Bashem El Shai, man, by way of ICBM nuclear missiles, as well as Yahweh Shai coming in his great glory and casting down all rule, power, and authority, as well as the chariots coming in and sending down those laser beams, man. You know, I'll keep going. And I got a few more verses. Yeah, it says, he believeth not that he shall return out of darkness. So this damn devil doesn't believe. He believes that he's going to, you know, establish his new world order, man. You know, he believes that he's going to, you know, keep this world in darkness forever, man. You know, it says that he is waited for of the sword. He wandereth abroad for bread, saying, where is it? He knoweth that the day of darkness is ready at his hand. So he knows that his trouble is coming. That's why it says he'll come down having great wrath, because he knoweth he hath but a short time. So this damn devil knows. He knows for a fact that his kingdom is not going to last. That's why he's rushing everything, which ultimately you can do nothing against the truth before the truth. So what he's doing is he's speeding up prophecy. We know Yahweh Shemel Shai is doing it, you know. But that's what he's doing, man. He's speeding up prophecy, slacking for, you know, so much of the incense book brewing. But yeah, man, he's speeding up prophecy, man. And all we're saying with that habit is Kol Halo Yahweh Bashem El Shai, because we see so many of these things, these events popping off. Hey, guess what, man? These events that are part of destiny, man. They're predetermined events that are to come true, man, or that are true. You know, we're seeing these events pop off that the Lord Yahweh Bashem El Shai told us about, that were going to be the signs of the fall of this rulership. And we're, hey, man, all we can do is give praise to Yahweh Bashem El Shai, man.
Yeah, that's what we should be doing, man.
Right.
You know, because, you know, for Yahweh Bashem El Shai to bring down this devil, that should give us a lot of joy. You know, again, all these things that take place in the world, all the vexations that we have to endure, we look forward to, you know, that new heavens, that new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. You know, we're not looking, you know, to prosper here and make rap videos and make albums. You know, we're here to serve Yahweh Bashem El Shai in hopes that He will have mercy on us, man, if we do it to the best of our abilities. All right, but just as we're going to see His destruction and Lord willing our salvation, He's ultimately going to see His destruction too. You know, this is the book of Job.
Oh, I got two more.
Oh, you got two more.
Yeah, two more verses. Verse 24 says, trouble and anguish shall make him afraid.
Woo.
They shall prevail against him as a king ready to the battle. So ultimately, this damn devil, he's going down, man.
Yeah,
you know,
down, yeah.
And this is a prophecy that Job spoke of thousands of years before this damn devil was going down. You know,
prophet, man. It's the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, man.
exactly, man. You know, so he's got the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. This is a elect member right here that we're reading of, and his words, man. Well, with the words of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai put in his mouth, man. You know, it says, last verse 25, or the last verse I'm gonna read, not the last verse of the chapter, but the last verse I'm gonna read, verse 25. For he stretcheth out his hand against the Most High, and strengthen himself against the Almighty. And that's what this damn devil is doing. And that's why the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai looking at him like, you know, when the brother brought out that chapter, he said, who is God, man? You know, so this damn devil is ultimately trying to make himself equal or greater to Yahweh Shem Shai. Yahweh Shem Shai ain't gonna fucking have that, man. You know, Yahweh Shem Shai gonna humble himself, man. You know, and now if I may grab an account, I'm gonna get an account of the Most High humbling. You know, it's a little bit lengthy of an account, if that's okay with you.
Got it, bro.
The Most High humbling this damn devil, man. You know, I'm gonna go into 2 Maccabees, the 9th chapter, man. Ooh. You know, and that's a heavy chapter because the Most High, you know, humbled, you know, Antiochus, man. This is going Antiochus Epiphanes, man. You know, Antiochus the 4th Epiphanes, man. You know, this is this is right after, you know, ultimately Nicanor and Philip, you know, and Timotheus, you know, they went to, you know, after Antiochus the 4th Epiphanes went and made a decree for them to ultimately come up against Jerusalem, and Antiochus himself took another band and went somewhere else over in Persia and Persepolis, you know, and he lost that battle as well as Nicanor and Timotheus, and Philip lost that battle. So when he came back, he heard the account of Nicanor and Philip and Timotheus losing that battle, and on top of the rage of him losing, you know, the battle that he was just at, and he went to go, you know, and put all that rage and anger onto Israel, man, you know, and the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai was not having that, right? So this is it's a little bit, I'm not going to read all of it. I'm just going to read, you know, a little bit of it, you know. Yeah, I'll start at verse 1. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 9, verse 1. It says, about that time came Antiochus with dishonor out of the country of Persia, for he had entered the city called Persepolis, and went about to rob the temple and to hold the city, whereupon the multitude, running to defend themselves with their weapons, put them to flight. And so it happened that Antiochus, being put to flight of the inhabitants, returned with shame. So he lost that battle, man, you know. It says, now when he came to Ecbatana, news was brought him what had happened to Nicanor and Timotheus. Then swelling with anger, he thought to avenge upon the Jews and disgrace done unto him by those that made him flee. Therefore commanded he his chariot men to drive without ceasing and dispatch the journey. The judgment of the Most High now following, for he had spoken proudly of this sort, that he would come to Jerusalem and make it a common burying place of the Jews. So he ultimately set out to go and take down the Jews, man, because he wanted to exact revenge upon the children of Israel, man. You know, not go back to Persepolis and go fight that battle because he's the king and he lost. You know, these are your captains. You know, you know, they don't have the king over them to tell them, hey, you know, I want this done, I want this done, I want this done. You know. So it was, you know, it would make more sense. Okay, you lost because you don't have the full power of the king. Well, the king lost himself. He lost. So you would think he would go back to the place he lost with all his men, kick their ass, then come back and do, you know, whatever to Israel. No, he wanted to go straight for the men of the Lord, man. You know, he wanted to go for the children of Yahweh Shem Shai. You know, let's see what happened, you know, with the Yahweh Shem Shai, because you said it hurt you read or you heard that the judgment of the Most High was following right after him, right? Verse 5, it says, but the Lord Almighty, the power of Israel, smote him with an incurable and an invisible plague, for as soon as he had spoken these words, a pain of the bowels that was remediless came upon him, in sore torments of the inner parts, and that most justly, for he had tormented other men's bowels with many and strange torments. Howbeit, he nothing at all ceased from his bragging, but still was filled with pride. And this is an Edomite, man. Wow. Antiochus is an Edomite. So this proves to you that Esau Edom is a very proudful devil, man. You know, it says, breathing out fire in his rage against the Jews and commanding to haste the journey. But it came to pass that he fell down from his chariot and carried violently, so that having a sore fall, all the members of his body were much pained. So he was beat the fuck up, man. He fell weak out of his chariot, because he was being, pained and his energy was being drained from him, that he ultimately fell out of his chariot and he was dragged, beaten up, man, on the way down, It says, verse 8, and thus he that a little afore thought he might command the waves of the sea, so proud was he beyond the condition of man, and weigh the high mountains in a balance, was now cast on the ground and carried in a horse litter, showing forth unto all the manifest power of the Most High. So the Most High was showing you his power, man, bringing down this devil. And this right here is a foreshadow of what's to come. This damn devil was standing high, proud, and mighty, and the Most High brought him down to the ground, man. Meaning, guess what? Meaning what, man? The Lord Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah is going to bring down this kingdom. This is a foreshadow of what's to come. Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah is going to destroy this damn devil, man. So this damn devil, in his pride, in his peak pride, the Most High is going to destroy this damn devil, man. And that's all I really wanted to read on that. Y'all can go and read the rest of that chapter, what happened, to that damn devil, man. He had worms coming out of his, eating up his stomach and eating his bowels. His flesh was rotting off of his skin, Meaning what, man? Death was knocking at his fucking door, man. And that's what's going to happen to these damn devils. That's going to happen to Esau, Edom, and his rulership, man. That was a heavy account of the foreshadow of what was to come to these damn devils, man.
So I was just meditating on that. That's heavy, man. I love when you tell that one.
Yeah.
I remember you told me that the other day. I was like, wow, man. So call Allah Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, because to understand these things, I just want to touch on that real quick. Is pride. Like as this devil is. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departeth from the Most High. Right. And his heart is turned away from his maker. And your heart goes into your mind. Right. This devil again said, depart from me. I desire not the knowledge of thy ways. Right. What is the Almighty that we should serve him? You see? It says, verse 13, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly, man. So hey, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, brought worms and had his, in his, what was that, in his stomach?
Yeah, in his bowels, his stomach, his intestines.
And had his skin rotten, man. Mm-hmm. That would be considered a strange calamity. And it said remediless, man. There's no cure, man. No cure. Nobody was able to fix it.
Their witchcraft wouldn't be able to fix it. Their potions wouldn't be able to fix it. Just like when this damn devil gets cast down, there's not going to be anyone to, like it says in Jeremiah 50 and verse 7, it says we would have healed Babylon, but there's no cure. Yeah, it cannot be healed. There's no remedy to this place,
man. What are you going to do, man? And you got Jake out here. I want to change the world. I want to make this music and make a difference. But then they go and follow the same trends, follow wearing the same clothes, having the same mentality, which is going to ultimately lead you to destruction, man. Right. That's why those of us that are in this truth, we need to be focused, man. All right, because the destruction of Esau and Babylon the Great is close. That's why we're blowing that trumpet, which in the ears of these heathen, all right, as it says, the name of the Lord is dreadful among the heathen. These people can't stand it, man. Right. So that's why they had that whole YouTube thing where they're gonna ban, people that go against the icky vicky, man. Yep. All right, but they can make as many excuses they want. They're just making those little unrighteous decrees because they ultimately want to take us down, man. Yeah. But through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, we're going to continue to stand up for him against the evildoers, man, and proclaim the destiny of our enemy Esau, man, until the Lord takes us out, man. Lord willing, be the elect, But if you want to grab hold 2nd Ezra 6 and 7, and I want to grab this real quick. This is the book of Job, chapter 21 and verse 20. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty. He's gonna have to drink of that cup, man. He's ultimately gonna have to drink of that cup, and it's not going to be passed from him. It's unavoidable. Right. Just as when you were a kid and your parents would say you to eat your vegetables on the plate, and you knew that if you didn't eat them vegetables, you were ultimately gonna get an unavoidable ass whooping, man. Oh yeah. So if you didn't eat those vegetables, then you ultimately gonna get that ass whooping. But more so saying that Esau is not gonna be able to pass from this, man. He's not gonna be able to just press the skip button like it's a video game and go to the next stage. He's gonna have to go through it. His eyes, he's going to look up and see those thermonuclear missiles penetrating his land, man. As it says, as the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah shall he also throw Babylon in Isaiah 13 chapter. You know, the Chaldees' excellency. He's going to overthrow this place with fire and brimstone, which is going to be those missiles, man. You got it, bro.
This is I actually had a precept real quick.
Yeah, you got it.
Because you said, you know what I mean, he's going to drink up that cup, man. You know, meaning all the shit that, you know, we went through and some, you know, according to Revelations 18:6, you know, double reward her, double unto her double, you know. It's like, yeah, all that shit's gonna come upon this damn devil. Now, this is Lamentations 4:21. I'm just gonna get the one verse at the time. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee, and thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. You know, so ultimately, hey, guess what? You're gonna have to drink of that cup, man. So just as we were mentally destroyed, you're gonna be physically destroyed, man.
Yeah.
You know, and hey, Elder Karata's out, man. He's a cold one, man. That's a cold spirit on that brother, man, from Yahweh Shemel Shah, because he said that he go in the kingdom, he gonna give you motherfuckers some tails, man, and the horns that you fucking should have in the first place, man.
Man.
You know, just hey, we be meditating on these things, man. You know. Scriptures tell you to meditate terror, man.
Yeah,
you know,
just give those devils scales in the kingdom, man.
Oh yeah,
they look like fucking reptiles and shit. You know, everybody looks at him like, oh hell no. Like,
that's what he is, man. A fucking serpent, man.
Yeah. I was gonna say, give him that serpent tongue where it splits.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Fuck,
every time they talk, it like slithers. You know,
and every time he's gonna have to talk like this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Everybody's gonna
talk
like snake
like this. You know what I mean? He gonna talk like a fucking snake. Motherfucker, you come up to me talking like that, I'm gonna fuck your ass up.
Yeah, and these devils, they deserve it, man. As it says in 2 Thessalonians, seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to those who troubled you. And we, you know, as it says, he's forwarded the affliction, man.
Right.
You know, he was very displeased with the heathens. They forwarded the affliction. See, so Esau has ultimately done things more than what he was supposed to do, but it was all within his walk and within his, you know, his lot to do those things so that he could ultimately build up to his destiny. Which is ultimate destruction from the presence of our Lord Yahweh Shai through the chariots and the ICBM missiles. And you got to go.
Right. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 7. Right. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or what shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
Right. You got it.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau,
right?
For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
So Esau is the end of the world, and by default, Esau being the end of the world would mean that his kingdom would also come to an end as well. All right, you see, because when you overthrow a king, you know, you overthrow everything he has, and ultimately too, when you go into that word "end," it goes into a conclusion of a story. All right, you know, and again, as the brother said, which was spiritual, you know how this is a movie. You know, this whole life that we lived is a movie. We're at the time of the movie where the movie is coming to an end. You know, we're almost in the credit scenes when the movie ends and you see the names of the people, you know, that made the movie and that produced it and helped make the background characters and the dialogue, whatever. You know, we're ultimately in the time of the end of that movie where Esau will be destroyed and Jacob, which is symbolic for the elect of the nation of Israel, the 144,000 men and the 1/3 men, women, and children who Lord would have mercy on, are going to be the that world which follows, which is the kingdom of heaven, man. You know,
I got that word "world" in the online etymology, and it says for Latin, "saeculum," it says means age, right? And then you go to some of the other definitions. It says people in general, especially a distinctive group of people with some shared interest. And Esau Edom is that distinctive people, man, that are going to be destroyed, man.
Yes,
you know, he is the end of the world, and all Esau Edom, they all have the same shared interest. They're all wicked as hell, man. The Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai did not create Esau Edom to be a righteous people. He created Jacob, the Israelites, to be a righteous people, man. You know, and there's going to come a time where the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to do away with this wicked one, you know, and put back and bring up, you know, his chosen nation, man.
Yeah.
You know, starting with his elect, which we're seeing that now. It says the kingdom is within you, man. You know, and guess what? He's building that third temple right now within his men, starting with his 144,000 elect men, the true prophets of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, that are out here spreading this gospel and truth and sincerity, man. You know, and then down to the rest of the elect, man, and eventually in the kingdom, the 2/3 that come back to the loins of the elect, man, to serve Yahweh Shemel Shai in righteousness, you know, perfect, man. You know, so Esau Edom is it says Esau is the end of the world, the end of the age, the age meaning the rulership that's going on right now. And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. And what's going to follow after this?
Wow, the kingdom, man.
The kingdom, man, of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, man.
Yeah.
Scriptures tell you, let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And what did Yahweh Shai say, man? He said, I go to prepare a place for you. So he's coming down, bringing those blueprints down, and we're going to build off of those blueprints, man.
Yeah.
Breaking your fucking back, man. You know, having you motherfuckers in captivity, building our kingdom for us, man.
And that, hey man, you know that got me so hyped, man. You know, it's slacky, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Hey, you gotta have fun with it.
That's the spirit of Yahweh Bashim El Shai, man. Because Yahweh Bashim El Shai is getting happy. Just his men speaking these things, man.
Oh well, yeah. Hey, the scriptures say that the day of vengeance is in my heart, is in his mind. He meditates constantly on destroying his enemies, man. You know, starting with Esau, Edom, and the rest of the 2/3 who won't take heed. You know, because they're ultimately going to get caught. You know, they're going to be. On that day, 2/3 is going to be, ultimately taking part in the judgment that was set for him, and that was predestined as well. That's even like I said, everybody has a destiny, and 2/3 their destiny is to just live life, you know what I'm saying, be deceived and then be destroyed.
Right.
You know, and that's a very heavy thing to even understand. You know, which also should put fear in you, man, because you know the things that we believe in. You know, understanding that Esau, who he is, you know what I'm saying, what he's doing, and what's waiting for him. That's easy to understand for us, but we got to understand something that's so easy for us to comprehend, you know, is stumbling blocks to the wicked, man, those who it's not for. These things are not, you can't just get the understanding of these scriptures because you're intelligent or because you went to college and got some sort of paper saying you're smart. The only way you're going to be able to dwell in the courts of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is if he had mercy on you and grafted you in. Right. The scriptures say, I have chosen you, you have not chosen me. So, you know, that's something that we should all, you know, acknowledge every single day at every minute is that Yahweh Bashim Al Shai brought us into this thing. And now we have comfort knowing that our enemy is going to be brought down and destroyed. You know, that he's going to ultimately be cast down and never brought back up again.
Right.
You know, and if you got any precepts, if you can grab Ezekiel 35 and we could apply it there. You know, because as it says in Jeremiah 28:8, man, the prophets that were before me and the prophets of old prophesied against many countries and great kingdoms of war, of evil, and of pestilence. And World War III, as it says, behold, the third world cometh quickly. It's talking about World War III in the book of Revelations, man. You know, and it's coming quickly as we see these nations building up their nuclear arsenals, all right, for ultimate destruction, man. Again, everything, there's a time, purpose, and season to everything under the sun. You see, so these different nations building these nuclear weapons are ultimately the indignation of the Lord that's going to be used on taking Babylon the Great down along with Esau, man. The so-called white man, the devil, you know. So you gotta go.
I mean, I can get the whole chapter. It's pretty heavy, man.
Yeah, you can start at verse 1. We're gonna go through it.
Yeah, Con. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 1. It says, "Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it."
And that's talking about Esau, man. You know, again, prophesying against many countries and great kingdoms. Well, America in the scriptures is also known as Babylon the Great. You see, so this is a great kingdom, all right, which is ultimately going to be brought down with a great destruction, as it says in Revelations. Thus, with violence shall that kingdom be taken down. If you paraphrase it, man. You know, you got a precept.
Yeah, I got a precept. You know, this ultimately explains. You know, it's you know, further in the chapter it explains as Esau Edom, but this ultimately goes into, you know, and proves that this is talking about Esau Edom itself. This is Genesis chapter 36 and verse 8. It says, "Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir." Esau is Edom. You know, so this is talking about we're prophesying against this damn devil, man. Right. And to prophesy means to what? To say before. And we're telling you via the words of the Lord Yahweh Bashim El Shai what's coming to you, damn devils, man. Starting with you fucking elites on down to you regular ass peons, man. You know, man. You know, because you got this dude, man. You know, he at work, man. We call him Chaos, man. Yeah. You know, because he be telling us that he be having chaotic thoughts, man. You know, he can't sit quiet, but he have chaotic thoughts about complete terror and stuff like that, man. Yeah. You know, and that's Esau Edom. You know, I had to tell him, hey, man, you know who Esau Edom is? He said, no. I said, that's you. You know what I mean? Like, I just couldn't help it because that damn devil is wicked as hell, man. You know?
Yeah, and he be seeing a lot of weird, like, you know, LGBTQ type stuff too, man.
Hey, man, you said that might get this video taken down. I'm just being real. Shit. You know, I would have said Alphabet Soup Group, but it is what it is, man. It's already out there, man. You know, you Alphabet Soup groups, man. You know, a lot of these these Edomite males, these so-called white males, he got that kind of mentality. But yeah, man, we're prophesying against you damn people, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Cause this motherfucker's a peon. He ain't no damn regular, you know what I mean? No, he ain't no elite, but he's just as wicked, man. If he was in that power, he'd be doing some wicked shit too, man. And me and the brother were breaking bread. Hey, when Jacob's trouble comes, he gonna be doing some wicked shit, man. Yeah. You could tell by his demeanor, his the spirit that the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai put upon him, man. A wicked spirit. We know that he's gonna do some wicked ass shit, man.
And that show, Black Summer.
Yeah,
there was a scene where
that's a good show.
It is a good show. A lot of you should watch it if you have Netflix, man. It's called Black Summer.
It's like a Class B movie, but it's still pretty good, man. Spiritually, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. There's different episodes and stuff. You know what I'm saying.
I said Class B movie, Class B TV show.
So yeah, it's all good. The point is, there was a time when there was this woman with a group of dudes. They ultimately found a safe haven. In the time of apocalypse, there's nowhere safe, man. Everything's dangerous,
right?
Especially when there's zombies involved. But nevertheless, they came upon this prison. And these military guards let them in. They see military, they're like, "Oh shit! Like, let's go! The military's gonna protect us."
Right.
And they got guns, they got weapons. They have fortitude.
Yep.
But those military dudes brought them in, and first thing they did, the big male white Edomite, it was the Edomite too.
Yeah.
He took the male and he took her to this room, and he tried to get down on her. That's just how Esau goes. The spirit that's in him is not upright in him. But those same things are going to be happening, as the brother was saying, in the time of Jacob's trouble, all hell breaking loose.
Right.
You got it.
Yeah, so I'll go back to Ezekiel 35 and verse 2 again. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Yeah, and Yahweh Shem Shai is going to make this place most desolate, man. He's going to make it into a desert where only desert creatures are going to dwell.
All the unclean desert creatures.
Yeah, and it talks about how all the nations that are going to pass this place, pass by it, are going to look at it and hiss like damn, this place is going to forever, man, forever, for all eternity, be a memorial of the judgment of Yahweh Shem Shai that came down, for all the wickedness and sorceries and witchcraft that took place here, man. All the great atrocities that happened to our people, all the defilement that happened to the food and everything, man. This place is going to, when you go to a museum and you look and you see in the glass, behind the glass, certain artifacts, it has like a little panel that describes what you're looking at, just how, this artifact was from so-and-so and it was used for this. Well, ultimately, this place is going to be looked at, and it's going to be looked at as a place of wickedness, man.
Right.
As one of the places that Yahweh Shem Shai hated the most, and we're going to hate it too. Even being in the kingdom, and all these other nations are as well. But that was the point on that. Salakia.
Verse 4, Ezekiel 35, verse 4, it says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yeah, and too, it says when he will lay thy cities waste, that goes into that nuclear destruction. Again, not in we could have read down a little bit, but I was just paraphrasing Job 20th chapter, how it talks about those bowls of steel.
Oh yeah.
Coming down on him, and he's not going to be able to escape that, man. These missiles that these nations, that Yahweh Shem Shai has these nations developing, they're able to travel here in less than 30 minutes.
Right.
So where are you going to go in 30 minutes? Even if you get in a bunker, it's not deep enough, man.
Well, I was watching a video of over in I think it was Israel. You had this couple trying to do that jump over the cup challenge. Remember when that dude, we watched the video, he had the cup in the doorway and he went to go jump over and smacked his head on the doorway.
Yeah,
right. They were jumping over these stacked cups, right? And it was in real time. They were about to jump over it, but they heard the sirens in Israel about a missile coming or whatever, ballistic missile or whatever it may be. We know it's not a nuke, but a ballistic missile and stuff. Hey, what did they do? In real time, he grabbed his phone and still recorded the whole thing. They went all the way down to the bottom of the cellar, man. They looked like they were running downstairs for a good minute. Yeah. It was like a 4 or 5 minute video, and for about 2-3 minutes.
Oh, he was standing there holding her and she was crying?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I remember that.
So they had enough time to ultimately prepare and get to a bunker, man. A bomb shelter or whatever you want to call it, man. Well, guess what, man? You're not going to have time because they got there's nuclear cruise missiles that North Korea is ultimately making that can fly under the radar, man. So you're not even the sirens aren't even going to have a time to warn you. It's just going to come upon you suddenly, unannounced, unawares. It's just going to hit you and you're not going to know. You're going to be sitting there eating your fucking food, like it says, marrying and giving in marriage, and they knew not when the flood came. They did not know. Think about that. They knew not when the flood came. They literally did not know, man. This shit literally came upon them unawares. That same type of thing, just so it wasn't a time of lot, is gonna come upon you damn you Americans, man. Starting with you fucking heathens, man. All the way down to you fucking 2/3. This shit's gonna come upon you, and you're not going to know when it is going to come.
Yeah.
Y'all don't even, and that's the thing is how can you discern the time, the signs of the sky, but you cannot discern the signs of the times, man. You people, roughly paraphrasing that scripture, you people are not watching, man. Even though the watchmen are out here telling you what's to come, you people are still lollygagging, man.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, it blows my fucking mind. And I know it blows Yahweh Shimel Shah's mind, man. You know, it really ultimately makes him fucking mad, man. He's just angry with the wicked every day. If you're not following the law, statute, commandments to the best of your ability right now, you are doing wickedness, man. Even though you don't feel like you are, there's a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the ways thereof are death, man. So you people need to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding now, because this desolation that's coming, hey, it's not gonna be fucking pretty, man. You know, and this is why we are doing these lessons, man. We do these lessons to warn you. You know, as it says Ezekiel 3:17, give them warning from me. We're giving you warning that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah is going to make Esau Edom city, his land, desolate. Yeah. And you people are dwelling in his land. We don't give a shit about Esau Edom. We don't give a shit about Esau Edom. What we're trying to do is do the will of Yahweh Shema Shah and to activate the elect, man. And to bring the elect up out of this damn place, man. Yeah. Otherwise, we don't give two shits about anybody else, man.
That's the only thing we care about, man.
Right.
Is Yahweh, because Yahweh Shai seals the elect. All we do is do the work, through His mercy and grace, through His will, to be His mouthpiece, man. So we're just vessels, but at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai is sending His fishers out there, man.
Yep.
And only the elect is going to be reeled in. Everything else, all the bad fish are going to be cast out, which is the 2/3.
Right.
You see, so again, it's a beautiful thing for us to have this truth, all right, because we didn't receive it of ourselves. It was given to us, man, as a gift.
Right.
You see, so I got this quick one just to back you up. You're talking about the days of Noah. What Noah was preaching and prophesying. Really, he was a prophet, a preacher of righteousness. He was prophesying of a flood that was ultimately going to come, but rain was going to come. Right. At that time, it had never rained on the earth. You see, a dew came up from the earth and watered the earth. It was never rain that came down and descended from the heavens. Right. See, so when he's talking about something like this that never happened, such as nuclear war, as we're doing now,
which has never happened.
Which had never happened on the grand scale as it's going to be, on a global scale as it's going to be. And these people are, it's a thought, because people see the weapons and they know that they're there, but they don't really believe that America, the whole land of America, Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed. They're like,
why? Because no war except for a civil war, no real war, foreign war, has ever touched the soils of America, man.
Right, it's called virgin daughter of Babylon, man.
Right, man.
It's never been popped.
Yeah, that cherry's never been popped, man. And guess what? Soon that cherry's gonna be popped, man. And America's not gonna be a virgin. But guess what? Hey, them missiles is likened unto a rod and gonna destroy this cookie, man.
Yeah,
that's what it's gonna do. Just to throw out some joke out there, man.
It's gonna be bad.
It's gonna destroy it, man. You know how Jake, we talk about that stuff, man. I'm finna go destroy this over here. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, man. I got this little cookie on the side. I'm finna go destroy that kitty. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Jake be joking, but hey, all jokes aside, that's really gonna happen, man. This is virgin daughter of Babylon. When these missiles come, and they're gonna destroy this ass, man.
Like it says in Joel the 2nd chapter, they shall not thrust one upon another. They're not gonna hit each other. There's not gonna be some sort of accident to one just happens to hit another one, like a domino effect. They all just miss the target.
Right.
Hey, if you want to grab that real quick in 2nd Ezra 16 and 13, it says that, matter of fact, I'll just wait till you grab it. Yahweh Shema Shai, again, this is the destiny of Esau. And at that time, it's going to be a perfect destruction, because the Lord works in perfection, man. You see, so when this destruction comes, it's going to be a perfect destruction at the perfect time, in a perfect manner. You got it.
Carl, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 13. It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss.
Right.
When they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
Right, man. You got to consider an actual arrow. You're not able to shoot an arrow from here wherever you may
China.
be into China, or from Hawaii, to Japan. You're not gonna be able to do this. These arrows that it's talking about, those ICBM nuclear missiles, man.
Right.
All right. And those bows would be the missile silos that the missiles get shot out of. You even have certain trucks that have missiles on the back of them, man, or even submarines or whatever it may be.
Well, they're in the process of making those submarine, nuclear submarines, man.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
As well as again, think about what Putin had said, a few months back. The brother did a beautiful lesson on it. I think it might have even been like 6 to 8 months back, man. Or a little bit less than that, or however it may be, man. Probably like last year. The brother did a video on how Putin made a missile. That can go 6,000 miles per hour, man.
Yeah.
Well, let's do the math, man. America's not is only 2,800 miles wide from California, the bottom of California, all the way to New York, man. So from middle to middle, it's only about what 22. So you think that you flip America 3 times? Hey, guess what, man? And that's 6,000 miles per hour. Well, guess what? It has enough power and enough momentum behind it to probably go 12,000 miles.
Yeah.
Well, think about it. 6,000 miles per hour. Russia, if you go backwards, not going straight west, but if you go east, Russia is right near America, man.
Yeah.
That's less than another 2,200 miles, man. You flip America over like this, and you're already in Russia, man. So if they go to the very edge, because Russia and Alaska, when that area freezes, they're able to walk from Alaska to Russia, and it would take less than a day. So think about it, or it would take about a day to walk from Alaska, the tip of Alaska, all the way to Russia. So think about it. If they take a missile that's going at the end of Russia, and they fire it off from the end of Russia all the way to, you think we're talking about 15 minutes?
Yeah.
If that, we're talking about 10, maybe 15 minutes to hit America, not Alaska, which is not connected to America. It is a territory of America. But we're talking about the mainland. It'll take 15 to maybe pushing it 20 minutes to hit. I don't even think that'll be 3,000 miles. We're talking about 10 minutes, man. We're talking about 10 minutes. It'll hit the mainland of America and destroy the northwestern part of America like that in 10 minutes and let it be flying under the radar. Nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know. People are not paying attention, man. The destruction that's coming is going to be massive. It's going to be deadly. That's why it says thus with violence. That's going to be an act of violence right there, man. That destruction that is coming is going to be so great. People are not going to be, and it's going to be talked about, man.
Yeah, for all eternity, man.
All eternity, man.
Never going to be a destruction like the destruction that's coming upon Esau and Babylon the Great. If you want to grab Zechariah 14:12 real quick.
Yeah.
And hold that. This is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 6. I started verse 5. It says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities," man.
Right.
It says, "Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she hath filled to her double." And she ate, as we read, man, he's going to have to drink of that cup because his eyes are going to see his destruction. It says, verse 7, "How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her.
Right.
For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow." But this is again, a man's heart, a man's mind devise many plans. All right, but the counsel of the Lord will stand. Now, this is verse 8, Revelations 18 and 8. "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, who judgeth her." Now, that ultimate fire is coming in the form of the missiles, as the brother read. Strong is the right hand, is his right hand that bendeth the bow, and the arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss, and they begin to be shot to the ends of the world. You see, so these missiles are not going to miss, and that day they're going to hit every single bullseye. They're going to hit every target on a bullseye, man. Ooh. It's not going to be a little off or a little to the left, a little up. It's going to be on a perfect bullseye, man. Like, you couldn't shoot it. Nobody could ever shoot it more perfect than Yahweh Bashem Yahweh shot, man. You got to go.
I
got a precept.
Yeah, I'll bring this out and then I'll grab my precept. This is Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12. It says, "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
Right.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth."
Right, and you got to be able to understand what has the capability of doing such great damage to you, man. You know, when you go, because Putin, going back to Putin, he has bombs right now, nuclear bombs that have the power of 350 megatons. And if you go and look it up, man, go and look up a 300 megaton missile and its damage, and you'll get a whole articles just explaining how the cities, how the cars, how the atmosphere, you know, how much miles when the missile hits, how many miles out it's gonna hit, you know, and it's crazy, man. It's like just one missile, but we're talking a 350, man, 50 more megatons added to it. But now Yahweh Shai is gonna have what? He's gonna have 200,000 horsemen, man, which is those missiles raining down on America, Babylon the Great. Not saying all nations are gonna have that 350 megaton of power in their missiles, but Russia ultimately has that, man. And just with one alone could do a lot of damage. But we're talking about, you know, Russia and all these other nations coming up against Babylon, man. It's going to be a great destruction, and nobody's ever going to be able to say, you know, hey, Babylon the Great being destroyed was, you know, crazy. But, you know, there was this time. No, it's not going to be like that, man. You know?
I got that 300 megatons.
Oh, yeah, that's a spirit,
yeah,
man.
bro.
Yeah.
Con. This is, I'll just start from the beginning and then drop down to the point. It says, if you live in a large area in the U.S., Russia, or any other nation processing nuclear weapons, there is at least one nuclear warhead aimed at you. It patiently waits days and nights for a computer to give it your address and send it on a 10 to 30 minute flight to incinerate you and your family. We said about 10 minutes, man. 10 to 30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wow. It says there are many thousands of strategic nuclear warheads kept constantly ready to turn the cities of the world into hurricanes of fire.
And I just want to add too, like, that's heavy. The brother brought that out because at any moment these missiles could be shot.
Right.
You see, so but again, Yahweh Shai said that all things must be fulfilled. You see, so there has to be a series of events like Jacob's trouble and the hour of temptation, which are really the last, you know, two prophecies, man, before World War III, which is the third prophecy, man.
Right.
And also the famine of the world.
Well, hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble are
go hand in hand, yeah.
You know. But then you only got two major prophecies of Jacob's trouble, which is the hour of temptation, and you got World War III. So one major prophecy. You know, you also got the Amos 8:11, which is another major prophecy.
The
but
famine of the world.
You know what I mean? So you got those two before the hour of temptation, or I mean World War III. Which, who knows Jacob's trouble in the hour and Amos 8:11? It might happen before or simultaneously when that pops off, man. Because in Jacob's trouble, we're not going to be preaching the word.
Yeah, we're not
you know, so it might happen right before, or it might happen just at the same time that they go and start Jacob's trouble. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading this.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
And it is kiloton, not megaton, but which a ton is 2,000, right? But a kilo is 1,000. You know what I mean? So it's basically, you know, I don't know how to do that math. What, like 200,000? You know. It says a 300 kiloton warhead would within a millionth of a second release 300 trillion calories of energy, primarily in the form of intense light. The surrounding air will be superheated and create a rapidly expanding fireball. Almost all the air within and around the fireball would be compressed into a steeply fronted luminous blast wave of an enormous extent and power. The fireball would extend more than a mile in diameter, and at its center produce temperatures over 200 million degrees Fahrenheit. About 4 to 5 times the temperature around the center of the sun. This unearthly release of heat and energy would create an environment of unimaginable lethality, igniting intensive fires for many tens of square miles and producing a blast wave which would crush and tear apart any structures in its path. The blast wave would also increase the incident and rate of fire spread by exposing ignitable surfaces, releasing flammable materials, and dispensing burning objects. So we're talking about pure fucking destruction, man.
Way hotter than the sun, man. And that's the ultimate fire that's going to be able to make your flesh melt away on your bones and your eyes dissolve in your socket and your tongue dissolve in your mouth.
Now think about that, man. The scripture tells you there's going to be 200,000 thousands of these things, man. Which means 200 million. You know, you do the math. That's 200 million. You know, that's 200 million of these nuclear warheads, man. You know, which not all of them, you know, is going to be 300 kilotons. Some might be 100. You know, some might be 50. You know, some might be, you know, however many, man. You know, but that destruction is coming, man. You know, and I got this precept real quick, if I may.
Yeah, you got it in that quick article.
This is Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 19. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. That shows you the power of these missiles, man. There's going to be 200,000 or 200 million, it's like 200 million missiles they're going to hit here in America, man. Hit Babylon the Great, the Virgin Daughter of Babylon. They're going to hit America, and the whole earth is going to rock to and fro, man. Wow. Bro, that's heavy, man.
And it's just like if you were to like drop something, if you like jump from a high altitude and drop something like a big like ball, 60-pound ball in a pool, it's not just gonna send a little ripple, it's gonna send like a lot of waves, you know.
Right.
So everything's gonna move, you know.
Right, man. I'll read it again. Verse 20, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. Meaning, guess what? When Esau Edom is in his land, his cash cow, and he is taken out of power, he's not gonna rise again, man. You know, he's not gonna be able to come back in power, man. It's gonna be over. It's gonna be 3 strikes and you're out, man. You know, literally 3 strikes and you fucking out. Esau Edom, starting with you fucking elites, man. We're speaking to directly to you elites. You Rockefellers, you Rothschilds, you DuPonts, you Oppenheimers. You know, you all of you, man. Every single last one of you elite banking families, man. If you hide away, you going into captivity, man. Yeah. One, you gonna see destruction of your people, your cash cow. All your money's going away, and you going into captivity, man.
And that's even worse, you know, because the scriptures talk about how they're going to be digged up from the rocks, which is those bunkers,
right?
You know, by the elect men through the Spirit of Yahweh Shai, and in that time, the elect men are going to be changed. We're going to be perfect. We're going to be immortals. We're going to be, you know, superheroes, so to speak, man.
Right.
You know, with unstoppable, infinite power, man. You see, so in that time, you know, if I were an Edomite, I'd rather die by those missiles than to see an elect man come in and fucking my ass up and put me in chains, because that's gotta be a terrifying sight, man.
Right. All that power you fucking got, all that money you got, you're on fucking top, man. You gonna go straight from the top straight to the bottom. That's like motherfucking jumping out of the Empire State Building. You going from the top all the way to the bottom. I'll tell you right now, you might as well just go jump out the Empire State Building, because that fall that you're gonna have, and when you connect to that pavement, it's gonna be way better than when you fucking go from top to slavery, man.
Yeah,
it's gonna be way fucking better, man. You know, so you might as well just go kill yourself. Matter of fact, don't even do that. I don't want you to do it, but you know, what I mean, that's better for you. You know.
And like you read out in Lamentations, the 4th chapter, man. Rejoice and be glad. Live it up now, man.
Yep.
You know, for those of you Edomites, or even you other nations, or even you 2/3 Jake, man, you know, which that scripture applies to Esau, you know, but even you Jakes who laugh and scoff, man, just live up your life now, man. You know, do everything that you want to do. You know, and if you heard this truth and didn't want it, hey, that's what we're not mad at you, because that was the will of Yahweh Shai. Now we get frustrated, man, and we hate having to deal with Jake, you know, and the bugged out shit he be saying. You know, but at the end of the day, the Lord ultimately ordained that to happen to that certain individual, whether it be a man or a woman.
Right.
You know, so, you know, we're just grateful that we're in this truth, and that Yahweh Shai has us doing the things that are pleasing unto him. You know, because everybody that doubts us, and everybody that doubts the word of the Lord is going to utterly be destroyed, like it says in Proverbs, man, the 13th chapter, I believe. Whoso despiseth the word shall be condemned, man.
Right.
You know, so if you despise this word in its entirety, then guess what? You're going to ultimately be condemned. So to us who do believe, you know, it doesn't faze us if you don't. You know, we're not letting the incredulity of those that speak against us trouble us, because we firmly believe in Yahweh Shai, and we firmly believe in his words that he left for us. You know, and we have hope in hearing these things, and it brings us immense amount of joy, because every day we wake up is a fucking vexation. You know, it hurts our souls to just wake up and go about this place, man, and having to see certain things, having to work, having to go without, man. But we do it, we endure, so that in hopes if we endure to the end, we'll be saved. You know, but this devil has no hope, man. He has nothing. All he has is destruction coming for him, man. You know, which again brings us a joy. And if you want to go back to that, and I'll just drop this. We'll go back to that, and
you trying to end it or what? Because I got a scripture that I'll end it.
Yeah, if you want to end it, we can go with the scripture you got.
Yeah, Con, because you know, ultimately this is what's coming to this damn devil, man. You know, this is Job chapter 20. It's like Job chapter 20 and verse 29.
It's 21.
Job chapter 20, verse 29. It says, the heaven shall reel. So it's like the heaven. It's like out verse 27. Job chapter 20, verse 27. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High.
Ooh.
So there, hey man, that basically proves that the Most High, you know, is you know he has given, you know, like it says, the end is manifest from the beginning. So he wrote your story to have a very violent and destructive end, man. You know, Yahweh Shema Shai does not make your end. This is telling the story, man. This is going from the very beginning of the script all the way to the end, and we're at the end, man. Your end is going to be nothing but violence and nothing but destruction coming to you, man. You're going to cause violence. You're going to cause destruction. You know, they have order ab chaos. You know, order out of chaos. So you're going to cause violence. You're going to cause destruction. But hey, guess what? This destruction and chaos is coming to you. That's right. It's coming to your front door, man. You know, and Yahweh Bashim Yashai is not gonna. It's like he's not gonna turn. He's not gonna, like it says, he will not at all acquit the wicked. So he's not gonna sit here and say, you know what? Oh, you know what? You're good. You know, you at the last minute, just like you read about Antiochus in the 9th chapter of 2nd Maccabees. You know, what did he do when all that shit came upon him? Which you're gonna go read it, man. Go read it for yourself. It's a very powerful chapter. When all these things came upon him, what did the Most High do? He put all this sickness upon him, and what happened? He realized, because the Most High showed him his pride. So he sat there and said, you know what? Let me do good. Let me come up to the Jews as if I'm their good king and stuff like that. Call them the goodly Jews and all this other stuff, man. You know, and then try to even be a Jew. He tried to go right, man. But guess what? Can a leper change his spots? Or an Ethiopian his skin? No, man. Or them that are accustomed to do evil to do good? No, man. He was still wicked, man. All that shit that happened to him, he was still wicked. The Most High never took that pain and that struggle and his disease away from him. He ultimately increased it. So no matter what you damn devils do, your end is going to be destruction, man.
Yeah.
Just like Antiochus, man. Again, and reading that chapter 9 is a foreshadow of what is to come to you damn devils, man. Lord will, I can go into that whole chapter. You know, I want to go into that whole chapter, but that's a foreshadow of what is to come on you damn devils, man. That destruction. Nothing but fucking pure destruction all the way until your end. You know, and we're in the times where it's getting worse for you damn devils, man. It's getting way worse for you damn devils, and we can see it through the spirit, man. You know, but again, that's the portion of the wicked man, which starting with Esau, Edom, you know, including you 2/3. Hey, your portion is going to be destruction, man.
Yeah,
that's your destiny.
That's your destiny, man. That's what before the world was made that you were predestined to, you know, partake in, man. And we pray to Yahweh Bashim Al daily, man, which we also be saying this prayer is that we, you know, please Yahweh Bashim Al, man, Babu Kwashah, you know, have us to be of the elect, man.
Yeah.
You know, and continue to guide our steps, continue to protect us, and continue to feed us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we need. Continue to strengthen us. That's something I've been praying for a lot, man. It's strength.
Yeah.
You know, especially in these fucking times, man.
Yeah.
These devils, man, these demons are really getting stronger, man, because we're getting strong in our faith. And you know, before we were like this to the Heavenly Father in Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, but now we're like this. And them devils are trying to get us to get separated. But guess what? Lord willing, be the elect. Nothing could separate us from the love of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
We haven't even seen Yahweh Shai, you know, really in this life, but we love him so much.
Right.
You know, we want to do what's pleasing us, and we want to make sure that we're, you know, in good terms with him, because when he comes, we want to be, you know, we want to be saved, man. And he's the ultimate redeemer. He's the deliverer, man. You know, so when Yahweh Shai comes, that's it for this fucking place.
Yep.
It's not going to be no more crying. It's not going to be no more sorrow. I mean, for these heathens and 2/3, but for us, we're going to be jumping up and screaming the name Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, just as we do now when something, you know, when we feel a certain way, even when we see a chariot, man, we're jumping up and down, running down the damn street because we want to be in that, man.
Yeah, especially this brother.
I be gone, man. I be running 4 or 5 miles, man.
Yeah, you already know, bro.
Because we want to be delivered out of this bitch, man.
Come.
We want to go home. We want to see Yahweh Shai. You know, we want to be delivered from this fucking place. It says in Psalms, man, rid them out of the hand of strange children. You know, these motherfuckers are going down, and it's being so apparent now. To if you don't see it, then the Most High has either blinded you or He's blinded you, man. You know, so if you do see it, you know, call Allah, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, that you're able to see what you see and understand what you understand because it was given to you to have it, man.
Well, it tells you, blessed are your eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear, man.
Yeah.
You know, so hey, ultimately we're blessed, man, to know this gospel, man, to know what's going down and know what's going to happen to our enemies, man. And Lord will know what we're going to be able to partake in as long as we continue to push this word, hold fast to that which that we have, man. You know, which is His faith, which is His gospel, which is His word. You know, which is His truth, man. You know, which in the name of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, most importantly, man. You know, because again, you need that name. You need to know the truth. You need to know the name in order to be delivered, and you need to put forth works to prove that you worship Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, to prove that you have faith in Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. That's coming out here, you know, on the highways and byways and doing these video epistles like we're doing right now. And guess what, man? That's the work, man. You know, not everybody's gonna, you know, it's gonna be the spirit. You know, there's different, you know, different gifts, man, that are out there, man. You know, you got helpers, you got scribes, you got so on and so forth, man. You know. But as long as you're doing for the ministry, how about Shemel Shah? Hey, guess what? You're doing the works, man. You know, and that's proving your faith. As long as you can do that, like it says, ye shall be saved by your works and by your faith, whereby ye have believed, man. You know, so hey, well, Lord will, we're part of the elect. Hey, we believe. And I said that video, you know, in the video I had just made. I haven't posted it yet, but you know, where you said you told me about the Anya Amayanka. You know, it says, I believe, you know, we say Anya Amayanka, Yahweh Bashim Shah, believe in you. Yahweh Bashim Shai, man. You know, so that's the heaviness of it, man. You know, we have to believe in order to be delivered, in order to see the fall of our enemies, man. You know, and that's what's coming, man. You know, His destiny, you know, His predetermined event that's going to happen to Him, or the predetermined event that's going to happen to Him, is his downfall, man. You know, and Lord will, we went through it pretty well. Hey, we just broke it down to you, man. You know,
and it's easy to see, and it should bring you comfort, man, knowing that one day, here pretty soon, actually, this place is going to be brought down. And guess what? If you be the elected and give your due diligence to make your kind of election sure, you're going to be exalted and raised up, man.
Right.
You know, so I don't know if you got any other points you want to make.
That's it, brother.
And Khan, man, you know, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and comforting to you sincere brothers, man, and you sincere sisters that tuned in. All right, before we end this lesson, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, our teachers. Shalom to the brothers out there that are pushing this truth on righteousness and sincerity. And peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad, being grafted in under the obedience of this truth through the spirit of faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. I want to say
Shalom, Kwam Yashar Allah, and Bible Ball, Shalom.
Stay strong, man. We're almost out of here.
Hold fast to that.